So what do you want to talk about?
Um, Is there like an easy way to get miracle totems? Because I just got my first one yesterday, but I had to spend 2 gems on it.
Oh wow, yeah. You shouldn't spend 2 gems on buying miracle totems. Like if any, um, like if you have like a full if you have a lot of energy, you should get like two, three of them per turn. Miracle totems are really tough because they hit really hard, and I heard that they hit different element too. So
Yeah.
the only way you can be sure to beat it is if you have a team of all 5 stars. So if you don't have a team of all 5 stars, then you're gonna have a tough time. Or the only other way is to spend like some gems and get really strong heroes. And if you have
Mm.
strong heroes, then you can beat it. Like for
Okay.
example, you might have seen that video of Logan fighting the Miracle Totem.
Mm.
Have you seen that video?
I think so.
Yeah, yeah. So you might need like a maybe like a Logan just like to fight it. So,
Mm.
but I understand when they're really tough. So, did you get the princess, the cursed princess?
No, because it's too axi. Let's see. Yeah, I can't do it. I didn't beat all the 100 levels. It was level 71 to 80. I kept
Uh-huh.
on dying on that.
Oh, okay. So the thing is, you don't need to clear it. You just need to capture it. There's a event coming up after this event. So I thought that this was the last part of the event, but there's actually
Hmm.
one more event coming up. So it's Xenon, and then there's the Cursed Princess, and then there's one more event. So maybe there's another unit they can capture. But I'm hearing that if you don't capture Xenon and Princess, then you can't participate in this new event. So this is why I'm recommending everyone to try to capture Xenon and the Princess.
I tried to capture Xenon, but it didn't work out too well.
Oh, what was wrong with Xenon? Like, was he too hard, or you had no luck, or what?
Yeah, no luck.
No luck? Oh, okay. Xenon, he was easier to capture than the princess. So I heard that they extended it one day, so that day you should like spend all your time trying to capture her. My sister actually had a really hard time trying to capture her too.
Mm.
Um, but next time, I think if you have trouble, just I guess you can just get on and we can like walk you through it because that's what I
Ah,
did
okay.
with her. I actually like fixed her items because the problem was she didn't have the right items, so that's why
Mm.
she was having a hard time. And maybe fixing your friend list. I
Mm.
recommend fixing your friend list like every single week. Go through it and look at the ones who's not active. It really matters. Um, a lot of people just think that it doesn't matter like who your friends are on your friend list, but it does matter. Like if you have the right team for the right teammate for your team, it'll make it a lot easier. So for example, if you feel like a rainbow team, make sure you have rainbow leaders, and make sure you have your felonious leaders too. Okay,
Mm.
so fix your friend list, and you would have like a lot easier time. Okay,
Mm.
how are you with the Hunter Frontier?
Um, I don't think I've started the Frontier Hunter yet.
Is this have you participated in the Hunter Frontier before?
Yes.
Yes. How did you do? Like okay or not well or what?
Okay-ish. I could get about like 200k points.
Oh, oh, okay. And that was your max points.
Yes, kinda.
Okay. So we're gonna you're gonna need to like improve that because I think the beginning you need 450k to get all the rewards, and then the last rewards I believe was around maybe like 600 800,000 points. So you're
Wow.
gonna need to improve that if you want all the
Mhm.
rewards. And rewards
Well,
are, uh-huh.
I just need a Earth Pot and to max out my Gun God Douglas, and I can evolve him to get my first Holy Arms Douglas. Then I also have another one, which I'm really lucky to have, so I might be able to get a Infinite Brave Burst.
Yes, yes, that's really good. You only need two of them for infinite berry burst. So
Mm,
as long as the other members they have high hit counts, like maybe over 10, I think you can
mm,
actually maintain your infinite berry burst. I'm only thinking about using like maybe like three Douglas fighting. I was talking to some people and they said that they're gonna use like four Douglas for this dungeon, and they're gonna use all Guardian Douglas. And the idea is that if you don't hit that hard, you can hit them for a lot of more times and get higher spark damage for the points. So
mm,
that's what people are trying to do. They're like, I don't care if I hit hard, but I want to do the bonus spark damage and get points for that. They want to get like over 100,000 points just for doing spark damage, and that's what they're
mm.
trying to do with the Douglas.
I think that do you think Oracle for Douglas is good?
Oracle for that. Oracle is actually his worst typing. Oracle's actually where his worst typing. I actually have it here. I actually just fused one of my Oracle Douglas just yesterday. Um, because I had six of them, so there was no point to having the other one. But Oracle is probably the worst. What you want is probably Anima, like always. And the thing right now is we're not at the point yet where we're we're not at the point where we're dying all the time to bosses. So maybe right now, just right now, maybe Breaker is second best, and then third best,
Yeah.
I believe would be Lord, and then last is Guardian. But the thing is, we're shifting towards the time where when the enemies are really really tough now, and when if the enemies are really tough, um, Douglas is gonna be favored like Anima and then Guardian. So maybe like
Mm,
4 or 5 months from now, we're gonna yeah you're gonna like Guardian Douglas because the bosses is gonna be so strong. But Oracle, um, the thing is, the only time you use the Oracle Douglas is if that's the only one you have, then you use it. But if you have the option to use a different type, you should switch to a different type. But but Oracle Douglas, even though it's an Oracle Douglas, it's better than anything out there right now. So yeah, even though it's Oracle, it's better than any other heroes out there. So just use it even though it's Oracle.
mm. I do have two Douglases, but right now my 5-star Douglas is the Oracle, so I'm gonna work on him getting 6-star. Then I'll try and get my 5-star, then 6-star Guardian Douglas.
Uh huh. Yeah, that's what you should do. I recommend not splitting your resources on both of them evenly. I recommend working one at a time. So, for example, get one to 6 star first, and then you can start working on the other one. If you can get one to 6 star and then level his Brave Burst to Super Brave Burst, you don't have to make it Super Brave Burst 10, but just keep it at level 1. And the thing is, his Super Brave Burst give you a buff for bonus spark damage, so that's what you want.
Yeah.
So that's what you got. Get him to 6 star. Get his Super Brave Burst 1, and then you can start working on the other one.
Mm. I think I have two burst frogs. I've been saving them up until I get a 6-star. So, is it worth me getting using them on my Douglas?
Definitely. Like if there's any heroes that is worth it, Douglas is one of them. But the thing is, these frogs are valuable. Like I didn't know how valuable they were, and I used it all up on just like some random units that I thought they were okay. But the thing is, you should save them until you save them until you have like a unit that has like really high bravers, like maybe like bravers 8, maybe a 9 if you can, and then use reverse
Yeah.
frogs.
Ah, okay.
And let's see. But I'm expecting Hunter Frontier to be next week because the end of the increased fusion is this weekend. So I'm expecting Hunter Frontier next week. So like let's just cross our fingers because there's a lot of nice rewards. Especially it seems like every single time they give you like a thief's love or something like that or thief's bracer. So those things are really nice because they help you farm items for like your angelic foils and stuff like that. So yeah, you should want them.
Let's just see when. Oh, does it? No, I don't think it tells us when Frontier Hunter 4 starts.
Yeah, it doesn't tell us right now, but the thing is, there's a hint coming that it's coming soon. And then they threw us this increased fusion rate, and they threw us this increased summon rate for the metal gods. So the thing is, I think that it's coming pretty soon because we just had one about 2 weeks ago, and they threw us like another one right after, and then they put it like a sign that says Frontier Hunter coming soon. So I have a strong feeling that it might be next week, and you should get ready for it. You don't want to. What I did wrong at the last Frontier Hunter was I was using like a team of five Kikuris, and I thought that that was good enough. But the thing is, I found out that Sirens were like the best for Hunter Frontier because of the spark bonus that they got. So the
Mm.
people were getting over 1 million points like each run, and they were getting like really really high rankings. So I found out like I started to level up my Sirens when the Hunter Frontier was starting, and I think that's the reason why I could have done better, but I didn't because I didn't know. But now you know that Douglas is gonna dominate Hunter Frontier, so I hope you'll be ready then.
Mm. You should I think you should get the Japanese version.
I I thought about getting the Japanese version, but the thing is, I I think I already have an idea of what it's gonna be like. Like Ushi, he plays the Japanese version and he releases all the new content. So I think that I have a good idea, like where the game is heading, and I don't think I'm gonna benefit that much because, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna benefit that much from playing the game. So that's why I'm not playing it. Because the thing is, even if I play that game, I wouldn't be able to like let you guys know what's happening. You know, like this is how you do things. So I feel like it's better if I just focus on global, so I can like help the people who are just like starting out, learn how to play the game. So that's why I'm focusing on global right now.
Ah, okay.
So I'm looking at it here, and it seems like the next batch of 6 stars will be the Elmo batch. So you have your Lancia and Elmo, and then your Leore, Ilulu, Aeon, and Limia. So those are going to be your next 6 stars. But the thing is, they're going to be after new heroes. So we're going to get the Faireon, like the one that everybody wants. And then Cygnus, Lurie, Lena, Sodius, Lunaris. And these heroes are gonna be like really really good heroes too. So I think we're gonna go broke because we just spent so much money on Lyra, and now we're gonna have to spend more money on these like really good heroes. That's coming out really soon, maybe around the end of the month or early next month.
Mm-hmm. Mm, we might. Oh yeah, the new units. Faron.
Uh,
Some.
yes, yes, those are the heroes that you want. And the thing is, they introduced the new heroes, like Cygnus, where they reduce damage from like it's a water type that reduces damage from fire types. Those
Mm,
are the type of heroes that you need for the legendary vortex. Like for example, the Vargas legendary vortex, which gives you like a really really nice spear. I think it's a crazy bonus stats to it. So, and the thing is, if you don't have these heroes that reduce damage, you're gonna have a really tough time. So yeah,
mm. Oh, okay. I just can't. I've got a Lulu. I think. Uh, I'm gonna get her to 6 star once I'm finished with my two Douglases.
yeah, two Douglas is good. Because the thing is, in the future in the Japanese version, there's gonna be so many heroes with such good skills that you don't want to keep a full team of Douglas, you know. So you only want just barely enough to keep the Infinite Vapors, and two should do it. So yeah, I think you're set, you know. As long as you build more people around those two legless, then you'll be good enough.
Mm. But you know who I can't wait for?
Who are you waiting for?
I can't wait until we get Lilith 6-star.
Lilith 6 star. Okay,
Yes.
that's good. So, um, what are you excited about her for? Like the most?
Well, Cyborg Lilith, her 6-star super brave burst, when you use it, it actually regenerates straight away. So basically, she's got infinite brave burst without brave crystals.
Uh huh. Yes, yes. I'm hoping. Well, the thing is, she won't come fast enough because she just got released in Japan. But I was
Yeah.
thinking, like, imagine if he had her to fight Graw. That would be pretty. That would be a pretty interesting fight, right? Because
Yeah.
she's not that good because her attack is not is only single target. But
Mm.
fighting bosses, I think she's gonna be like insane fighting the boss. Like, don't you think so?
Mhm. Yeah. I also have Ain, which I really want to get like him leveled up and stuff like that.
Uh
Because I think his leader skill going with like Loch Ness, does it stack? I'm not really sure.
Leader skills, all leader skills will always stack, even if they're the same. Like two Lochmas would stack. So it's just that favors don't stack.
Oh, okay.
Like the attack stacks, but the buff doesn't stack. Yeah, white guy on a
Mm,
horse, so yes, yeah.
yeah.
Uh huh.
Um, so this probably. Oh God, my Phoenix just died. Oh well, I should win. Hmm. I'm not really sure what to talk about now.
Okay. Well, the thing is, are you a free player or sometimes you spend gems?
Free person.
Free player? Yeah. If you're a
Yeah.
free player, then I think you should work really hard just to level up. For example, I know like a lot of these things, a lot of like the quests and workspaces are hard for you, but you should just work on trying to level up. For example, do all your quests, just pick up, just like save up those gems, and then do
Mm,
the weekend dungeons. Like for example, the uh, the Gold Valley dungeons on the weekend, level 3, because I believe each time you finish, you get about 4,000 XP, so you'll level up really fast. And what you need to do right now is just level as fast as you can, so that you have a lot of energy. And if you have more energy, it gives you like a higher chance of trying to capture the event heroes. So for example, like maybe like a Xenon, you know, or Estia, you know. So
mhm,
that's what you need to do, or like maybe um, new units in the future, like Sirens, you know. If you have more energy, you can just do the dungeon more often, and you can have a higher chance of capturing one of the special vortex heroes. So that's what I would do
mm.
if I was a free player. Just try to level as fast as I can.
Just got 178,000 points on Frontier Hunter.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I didn't get a gem though.
Okay. Well, the thing is, yeah, you need well, one of I think the three big points in Hunt Frontier is how much damage you do. If you do a lot of damage, then you get bonus points. And if you do elemental weakness damage, you get a lot of points. And if you do spark damage, then you get a lot of points. And this is why people are walking into Hunter Frontier with rainbow teams. So rainbow teams, like Loden, you know, like where they can like give you lightning, or Michelle will give you fire. These give you like a lot of like bonus elemental weakness damage. So this is what people are doing like rainbow teams now for Hunter Frontier. The only reason why
Ah.
we don't, the only reason why like this Hunter Frontier is not dominated by Elemental Rainbow Team is because they don't have their 6 stars yet. So people don't want to use them because they don't have their 6 stars. But after they give you 6 stars, I believe if it's before the next Hunter Frontier, I don't know if it's before the next Hunter Frontier, but you're gonna see everybody using Rainbow Teams. So yeah, cross your fingers for Rainbow Team's like loading, you know. So yeah.
Ah, okay. Do you know what I would really want in the game? To have like a trading system.
Uh, Trading
Cause
system. Uh huh.
yeah, cause say like example, how many Cephias you have?
Uh huh.
How many do you use?
I actually don't use any of them. They're really nice, but I don't use any of them.
Well, so then example, I would trade someone for a Cephia because with Cephia she actually gives me a lot of spark.
Uh huh.
So s- people that gem spend a lot,
Uh huh.
they have all these extra units they don't
Yes.
even need, right?
Yes.
So
That's
then it'll
true.
be a good idea for them to like get rid of them. So you could trade with lower level people or high level people or people that have the unit you want.
Uh huh. Yes.
That would, yeah.
Okay. So trading. I don't know. Like right now, Brave Frontier is really popular, so they don't really need to do anything big like a trading system. But maybe I'm thinking maybe once in the future, when if there's like players are getting bored or there's less players, uh, maybe. Oh, Nova. Okay, let's add Nova.
Okay.
Nova, he's one of those top player. I hope he doesn't mind. I am sharing this, but Nova, he actually got like um like a really low, really high rank under Last Hunter Frontier. I think it was like around 11 or something. So he
Mm.
knows he knows this. Yeah, Nova knows all the heroes that's coming out, and he knows how hard it is. So if you have any questions, like you can ask him in chat because Nova he knows a lot, and he's one of the top player in the game. So maybe in the future, when people get bored, they might add a trading system. But the thing is, trading, like we think about using it for what it's supposed to do for good, you know, for trading something you have or something that I have. But the thing is, what's bad is people are gonna be selling them for money, so real money like PayPal. You're gonna go to some of the forums and people are gonna be selling some of the top heroes. So the thing is, why would you spend like $100 to pull Lyra when you can just buy her for like $50? You know, so that's like the bad thing about trading. Um, but the thing is, I think if if people play this game and they don't sell it for real money, I don't think if you're a low player, I don't think you can offer anything to the player, like any units that the player would want. I think the only thing you can give the player that he will want is if you can trade gems or if you can trade Zell. Because the thing is, us high players, even though we're high players, Zell, we still have to farm Zell because the thing is, yeah, we need Zell to like level up our units. So we have to farm Zell. So the thing is, if you make it a lot easier, for example, if you can somehow farm like 10 million Zell, or like maybe five, like if you can farm like 5 million Zell, maybe I'll give you one of my Cephia for 5 million Zell. So
I
something
got
like
4
that.
million.
Yes. So yeah, something like that.
Is it worth getting a team of 5-star easers or 6-star easers?
Um, Talking about the lightning easels.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. The thing about fantasy characters is their names are hard to pronounce. Okay, I
Mm.
think I have her. I think I have a.
Hello.
Hi there,
Hello.
Nova. Okay, so the thing is, I have an easel. I think she's good, but the thing is, um, her buff doesn't stack at the end, so I don't think I would use more than one of her. What do you think, Francis?
Who are we talking about again?
We're talking
I
about
had to mute the
the Rebel Angel easel. Would you use more than one of her?
Elsa.
Would you use one?
I'd
I have her
I'd
on
keep
screen.
one of her
Huh?
because her Brave Burst, Super Brave Burst works like Felnius,
Uh,
except she has way higher stats, and then you can use a different leader but still have the BC generation,
Uh-huh. Yeah, so
and I think it's a lot more useful to have her in because there aren't that many like Thunder teams with a lot of high hits. So you'd use her instead of Felnius, whereas Water you can probably find somebody with a lot higher hits. Like we have Saren for that. If you're making a BB spam team.
Hmm.
yeah, I would also use one of her. Until they do a patch that makes the Raver stacks, I'm not gonna use one of her because yeah, it doesn't stack. So
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, that's why the meta's changed from like high hitting to all rainbow with all different kinds of buffs.
uh-huh.
Because you can get them back so fast, and then all these buffs don't, all the same buffs don't stack, but different ones on the same team would just be like crazy.
Hmm.
So what do you think about the Copra or Tesla or the 6-star version? What do you guys think about him?
Apparently he's really good because on a video with Ushi, he was using him on global, and his brave burst decreases damage for 1 turn.
Okay, so what do you think, Nova?
I think Tesla is really broken
Uh-huh.
because we're talking about defense buff stacking, but defense buff stacking doesn't really work. Like as you've seen when you faced Estia, and then you put like all these defense potions, Elimo buff, seals, and then all your units just die anyway.
Uh-huh.
Because you need to reduce like the actual damage by half
Uh-huh.
instead of having all this defense. Like the defense up is good, but since she breaks your armor
Uh-huh.
when she hits you, it's kind of pointless unless you're reducing that damage as well. So
Uh-huh.
even though your defense is way higher and then it gets broken, it's like it reduces it by like half, I think. So
Uh-huh.
even though it's at like 3300, you'd have like 1600 defense, and then
Uh-huh.
that's basically where you start
Uh-huh.
regular defense.
Uh-huh. I've heard that.
But then,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Go ahead.
no, because with Tesla, it's like I also saw Ushi's video, and I'm still like in the process of Brave Burst leveling, but I'm definitely gonna get him up soon.
Uh-huh.
Because for the next event, since I think we have to clear this tower with Estia for the next one,
Uh-huh.
I'm guessing that one would be even more difficult than this. So I definitely need to bring a Tesla in if I can't like unhit KO the boss.
Yes, yes.
Because if it happens multiple times, oh, I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead. No, don't even talk about it. It's just dead.
Yeah, yeah. And what I also like about it is it's a brave burst. So if you know that you're gonna push the boss past 50%, you can actually brave burst that turn to protect that damage. You know, after you push the boss to 50%. I was thinking that you know what if you just kept like maybe like on a team like use like two of them or maybe three of them like something like that, something crazy like that. Um, like it would be crazy to like get like just reduce damage like every single turn, you know. But I've heard that in the Japanese version that they're gonna nerf the Terror Guard so that it doesn't like it seems like it has to cool down or something. Have you heard anything about that?
For Terragard, the only nerf that I was thinking about was that they were gonna nerf the actual like wording, because right now it just says reduces damage taken by half for 1 turn, but
Uh-huh.
that's same through level 1 through level 10 Brave Burst. So I'm guessing like it should scale with Brave Burst, because I don't see a point in BB leveling my Copro at all if it doesn't actually scale off of Brave Burst or anything, as far as I know.
Uh-huh. So what do you think about using like maybe like two of them on the team? Like use so you can use one while the other is charging or something like that. Or if you have the infinite Bay Burst, like why can't you just keep a Tesla and then keep spamming it every single round? Like why can't you do that? Like can you tell me?
The issue with one Tesla is that to get it back, you'd have to put a probably an evil shard on it
Uh huh.
every turn, and you'd also have to have like a BB spam team. because you're essentially losing an attacker for that turn. And if you're doing that every turn, you're losing one attacker. So then you have 5 units to attack with, and usually one of them is going to be Felnius. Felnius doesn't really have that many hits, and since the way BC crystals are distributed is all random, you'd have to have high hitters for all the other slots, so you have the highest chance of getting your Cobra back up to full.
Oh, okay. So the issue is just like his Brayburst is just really hard to kill. So what do you think about a team that can make him Brayburst every single turn? Like if if Tesla can Brayburst every single turn, or like whenever every single turn, what do you think about that?
Every
That's
single
pretty good.
turn,
Uh,
I guess it kind of gets rid of the worry of having to worry about like low defense units too, because then you could just kind of be like, okay, even though the defense is low, the incoming damage is already taken down by half, so it shouldn't be that much of a problem. So people with like breakers can actually kind of use it as long as they have like Cobra every turn BB.
okay.
Because if it's not up, you could use like a Fujin potion too, just in case. Like
Yes,
you know
yes.
you're gonna
I was thinking
die.
about fusion potion just to use it on him. So okay, okay. So I've been thinking about this for a while, and Nova and Dark, both of you guys. What do you think about having like a alliance or guild system? What do you think that's gonna do to the game?
Oh, that will actually be pretty cool because say you have some like the top like it can hold 30 players, example. So you'll have like top 30 people may join together or something like that. Then like you can also have like the next 30 people that can join or something like that. And then it'll actually be good because the lower level people, they could have like a chance of like, say you can use them as like friends and stuff on missions. It'll actually be really cool because the lower level people have a more chance of like defeating the boss if it's really hard.
Uh, I just want to say one thing before that. Like I'm thinking, like we saw the victory tournament, right? Was it the victory tournament? So I'm thinking if they do make alliance and guild, I think we're gonna get like an alliance and guild victory tournament style. So I'm just thinking that that's gonna happen
Oh,
if you have
Jesus.
that. Okay, Francis,
Um,
what do you think about that?
so
Alliance and the guilds.
I know a lot of people that are high up just through like being a high level player myself, because you ask a lot of questions, you get the information out, and then like they also know each other too. So I'm sure not all of them would be in the same group just to kind of maintain like a power balance issue, but there's definitely gonna be like the people who have the highest amount of gems who definitely have the highest guild placements. And if you can't get into those, it's kind of just like, well, we know we're gonna lose because we just don't have like the money to keep up with everybody in that group.
Okay, so you just
Because if it's multiple people, it's just gonna be like you don't need like all 30, but you'll need like just like 3 or 4 people, and then your guild will be top if you have those people.
yeah, I have a feeling like it's gonna be like every single other game out there, like mobile game that has a alliance and guild system. There's gonna be like one top guild, and then there's gonna be a second guild that don't get along with the top guild. That's why they have a second guild. So it's gonna be like that, and it's gonna be really hard to join. Like they probably say to join this alliance or guild, you have to do like top 50 in the 100 frontier or something like that. Um, I think yeah, and the thing is, if there's like really nice rewards, like what if the reward for getting like top 10 alliance, what if you get like a new hero, that's part of the game, right? You get like a new like a rare character, kind of like Syria or something like that, you get like a new hero for that, and it's rare. I think yeah, it's gonna be really hard. I think to actually compete with these big alliances that spend a lot of money. But I think it's gonna be fun because you're gonna be chatting with a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I think that's gonna make it even more addicting. So um, Well, the thing is, it seems like Carl, like he's really hard to replace in the arena team. So what do you think about Carl and him being in the arena for so long?
Um, for Japan, I don't think they have another high filling multi AoE Brave Burst unit other than Carl. We have Saren, so Carl might be phased out because there's a lot more people who use Saren.
Uh huh.
But in terms of like overall stats, like later on when you don't need as many hits, Carl is gonna come back and he's still gonna stay for a long time
Uh huh. So, sir,
because he's a good unit.
uh, are you
There's a reason why
recommending?
his cost is 20.
Are you recommending that the people who don't have Carl right now should definitely get him, like especially the free players, so they can do well in the arena? Are you recommending that?
I recommend they get Carl, but they shouldn't be pressured to get him because 50 energy is a lot for a one run.
Uh
And
huh.
I know as like free players, that's like 8 hours and like 20 minutes just on like one huge fight. So if you don't beat that fight and get like the 20k XP to level up, you're kind of just losing 50 energy.
Uh huh. So you're saying that don't fight Carl until you're ready, right? Is that what you're saying? Like until you're really ready?
Yeah, like right now, it's a lot more important to get your units to 6 stars if you can, because I know before when he came out, there was only like the 6 star starters. So now that we have like 18 6 stars out, and soon to be like a lot more, we're probably going to double that number pretty soon. It's more important to get those up because you can use them everywhere. And then when you get Carl, it's like your team's good enough because you need 15 units. And after that is Gra, and you need better 15 units for that. So it's better to have multiple like units that you can use readily available rather than just say, oh, I have this Thunder mono team that I'm gonna make for Carl, and then just try and beat him with that one team, and then when you lose, you're gonna be so sad. Because I know, like, I just faced him just to see like how he'd fight, and I almost came close to beating him, and I quit out because I was like, I want to do this later because I don't want to get him this early.
Uh huh.
And then I fought him again after they did the changes, and then I realized my team, as it was enough. So then I had to like make sure I got 15 units, like all 5 star or higher, maxed out, and had healers for it. Because at the time I had like no healers
Yeah.
except the one tree.
We were using. It was so sad back then. Like before we got the premium Thunder healer, I think I was using like 3 star May. I think as a healer, which is like really sad because she was the only lightning healer. But Dark. So what do you think about like Dark? Do you have Carl yet? And what do you think about getting Carl?
I really want to get him,
Uh huh.
but I need to work on my teams because you know the Thunder starter. I have 5 of them, and I've got all the totems I need to evolve them into 5 star. So I'm also gonna try and get my lightning healer up to a 5 star, then my Ilulu up to a 5 star,
Uh huh.
then see if I get anyone else to like as max as I can. Then I'll probably see if I can beat Carl.
Well, the thing is, Douglas and I tried Douglas in the arena, and it didn't go so well. The thing is, it seems like it's harder for him to actually just use his Brave Burst in the arena. I think Siren is actually better than like Douglas in the arena, but I'm not sure because I only fought I think like once or twice, and he kept not like using his Brave Burst for some reason. Uh, but I don't know. Like Nova, did you try using Douglas in the arena before? And Dark, like, what's your experience of using
He,
Douglas in the arena?
Um,
Douglas in arena. That's 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 one of the first things I tried. Even when they weren't like when I got them like maxed out, I tried them in the arena once, and they all got their brave verse up because I put like the right spheres on them for that. But I was facing a Saren team, and they got um like 2 Sarens left, even though all 5 of my Douglases brave bursted in the same turn. It's just that the random hits didn't hit like those two at all, and I was very sad. And then I got Four of them died after that because they double brave bursted me. And
Uh,
then the last one left was weakened, and it had its brave burst go off, and it did like no damage.
the random,
I
yeah,
was
the
like,
random hits.
no,
There we
not
go.
the injuries.
Uh, okay. What about you,
Yeah.
Dark? Like, what's your experience of using Douglas in Arena?
Sometimes, to be honest, sometimes I don't even use Douglas.
Uh,
Because like his random hit KO and doing like no damage. Normally I would probably swap him out for my shock mage Rashil. In the arena, I
uh,
don't get how some people they only have like a team of 3 stars yet they have like nearly 20k points or 15k points.
like, yeah. Why don't you go ahead, Nova?
I guess with that, those might be some people who started playing like a long time ago and um got their arena ranks up that high and then like kind of just stopped playing arena because they're getting trashed so hard. And then if they quit, I think that team stays in like the arena database list because I know I've passed some people. Um, I think the most notable ones was around 230,000, and it was just a team of five metal gods. And I was like, what is this doing here? And clearly the person wasn't moving up at all, so they must have just like quit. So that must have been staying there. And then when I hit like 300k, I faced a team of like king slimes, and I was like, this is like the same thing. You just leave their team up, even though like the person may have like stopped playing.
Yeah, from my experiences, it seems like some people, like new players, some people, they like the PvP aspect, so they start PvPing really early, and there's some other people who don't like go into it because they think their unit's not good enough, so they'll play till like when they're level like 30, 40, and then they go to arena, and so they start later. So I think that's what happens when some people start like really early, like maybe some experienced players, maybe they gym a lot, and they start from like level one, fighting already. So maybe by that time when they're level 30, they have like a lot of arena points. Maybe that might be one of the reasons.
Mm.
Yeah, to follow up on that, when I started, you could have like a full team of just like 3 stars and do decently well in arena up to like 30k AVP at the time. Because this was back when like all the units, like the best unit was like Alice, and like nobody really had that much defense either. And there was a lot more drawn out random battles that lasted like sometimes like 90 seconds just to find out because everybody had 3 stars. And it was just like all the new people started playing, and then you just had the people who had good units were actually like a lot higher. And like Thief Bracer, which is unlocked at like only 18,000 ABP, was like one of the rare items when I started playing. And I was like, I need that to make these Muramasas, which are like OP and broken. And it was like trying to find somebody with the Thief Bracer. It was like they had too many friend requests that like you couldn't just add somebody with the one. Whereas now it's just like, oh, I have like four of these. Sure, let me just throw it on a unit. Here we go.
That's actually really good to know because I actually started playing this game late, so I've just been playing it for about like 4 months. So yeah, I didn't know all that happened. So that's actually really good to know. Um, I have a question. I'm not sure how it happens, but let's say you're trying to add like a friend. You're trying to use like a friend. Um, so how, or let's say like a friend is trying to use your character. Um, what determines what kind of what hero you're using at the time? Is it like the one that you have on your screen currently, or the last like leader that you use in battle? Like
Oh, for leaders,
for leaders, yes.
I think there's a database for that. The leader that shows up on your screen is what the leader is supposed to be, but since there's so many people, there's like lag. And after talking to like a lot of people, it's usually takes up like half an hour to an hour to update your current leader.
Uh-huh.
So like if you switch to, let's say, if somebody wants you to switch to like dual GX
Uh-huh.
because they want that dark buff and crit buff,
Uh-huh.
you put dual GX on, and then they after that they'd like ask you, it's like, where's your dual GX? I thought you put it up. It's like, it's up, and then they're going like, no, it's not. It still shows you having like a King Gloomy as your leader. Oh, what's this?
Uh-huh.
And then
So
you're like, but I have it up. And then they're like, but it's not showing up for me. And then it's like, oh look, somebody else has dual GX. I'll just use that. And then you're
okay.
like, well,
So
okay.
you're saying that so you're saying that you don't actually have to use it in like any quest or battle, but as long as you leave it up in your as your homepage, then
Yeah,
within 30 minutes or so, it'll show up. Is that what you trying to say?
yeah. Because I've switched to Paris when I go to sleep sometimes, and then it shows up on other people's when I'm sleeping, and I never used her. And like, if I, even though I like using her,
Okay.
but I'm just like trying to be lazy and use my arena team as my farming team for like Bernie's right now. So I'm just like, eh.
Okay, that's actually really good to know.
How does it feel to be a gem spender?
Okay, you want to go first, or should I go first?
I think you should go first. I want to hear this before I do anything.
Well, gen spending. When I first started playing this game, I actually played for like maybe like a week or 2 week without spending anything, and it was really easy. Like you level up so fast and your energy keep refilling, and you can play this for like like the entire day, and because you keep leveling up, so you keep on getting energy. So I had no problem. But then after about like a week or 2 weeks, it was getting harder to get energy, and I was looking because my game Amazon store it actually had like a how many hours you've played, So the first week or second week, it was like over 50 hours, and I was like, whoa, like I'm spending a lot of time playing this game, so I might as well put in some money, because the thing is, if you're spending that much time playing a game, then you should at least put in some money and make it more fun, So that's why I started spending money, and I think each month I spend like at least like $50 now, to just get all the new units, and it's a lot easier. Like you die, and then you just jump, and then you need to, a lot more. It's just a lot easier. Like if you need more energy in the middle parade, you just jump, and then I just think it just makes it a lot easier. I'm saying like people spend hundreds of dollars. People who collect headphones. Those $1,000 headphones because it's their hobby. And you don't say, oh, that's stupid. You spent $1,000 in headphones. Or like those people who go play golf at a country clubs and they pay $500 like a month just for the membership fee. You don't say, oh, that's stupid. I mean, if this is their hobby and they spend like most of your time doing it, then I think it's worth spending money. So, but I think gen spending it just feels everything's like a lot easier, and I think it feels nice, like when you have like a new unit, and you're playing with it. So, I think I don't regret spending most of the money, except for when you spend a lot of money and you don't get anything back. Then that's the only time I'm mad. But most of the time, yeah, like yeah, no, that's the time you get mad. But most of the time, you actually get like a few of the units you want. So it's okay. What about you, Francis?
uh, how I've played a couple of mobile games before, and like the bigger ones usually require a lot more money
Uh
to
huh.
stay on top.
Uh huh.
And when I've like looked at like I'm spending like, let's say, $1 on a gem. It's like, what does that gem give you? It's like, oh, it's not that bad. You get like one gem. You can like use it to refill energy. And at the time, I didn't have as much energy, so I was looking at 5 gems, and that was only like $4. And then I looked at like 100 gems, and I'm like, that's a really good deal. And if you think about like how much you can do with 100 gems, it can last a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And like, um, I actually made a new account when I decided to like actually like play this game like really hardcore because I really liked it and like I liked the concept and I liked how it was like a lot more interactive than the other games at the time, which were like mostly like self-playing or you didn't have to put in that much effort and there wasn't much of like a combat system where you could like see it actually go on in front of your eyes. So when I started spending gems, I was like, okay, let me first like try buying 100. And then I just kept clicking those doors, man. And I was like, I can do this. And then like you get all these new units. And then I guess they what happened after that was like after a while you get used to it and then you're like, oh, this isn't that much after when you do it. And then for like keys you just gem all the time and then you get used to that and then you're like, okay, so what if I don't have gems? And then you think about it and then you're like, well, this would suck. I would be able to level any units, I wouldn't be able to get as much Zell, I would be able to get new stuff when they came out. I would be able to get ready. And after a while, it just kind of got like to a regular thing with me. And then like I don't really regret spending all this money for the game because like I'm I'm really like I guess you could say I really like the game. And even though like I may not get all the units I want all the time, the amount of money I spend to like let's say stay at the top like 1% isn't as much as I would to spend on like any other mobile game.
Uh-huh.
And I think the like it's fair pricing considering like you would have to spend like a couple thousand a month on other mobile games just to like even like keep up. And it's crazy when I hear people spending like, oh, I'll just drop like 2K for this month alone, on this Marvel game.
If you don't mind me adding, I actually played the Marvel game, and like the thing is, let's say we have like our full team, our full team, like our arena team and our questing team, like our full team, and you probably spent maybe like maybe like $100 for like a full team of them, and the thing is, if you're playing other games like Marvel, like you're spending to be like the top 1%. You're spending like the people whose decks like they have those decks. Their decks are worth like $4,000 or $5,000, you know, per for the decks, So like you said, yeah, it does make sense that we're only spending about like $100 to $200 for our units, that we're using, versus other games where you're spending like thousands of dollars just for the units. Yeah. So that's all I wanted to add in.
Yeah, with regards to that, I think that in terms of mobile games, if you look at like what you could do, because there's like other items besides like gems, like in other games that you can buy, and it's like you have to get like certain amount of this, certain amount of that, and here it's just gems. And then if you get a lot of gems, it's like good value for your money. Whereas in other games, it's like, oh, especially with trading. That's why I don't like trading in like a mobile game because you're basically saying like you're setting prices for everything, whereas this is all by chance. So it's like even if you get a bad unit, you'd be like, oh, it's just like bad RNG. Whereas in other games, it's like, oh, I don't have enough actual money to get all the stuff. Whereas here, it's like, oh, if you just buy $5, you could get like a really good unit now.
Yeah. That's why I realized too. Like the games where you're allowed to trade, it's like the developers they make it so that there's like a really really low chance. Like for example, if this game had trading allowed, I think the summon for Lara would be so hard. Very very few people will have her. But since this is a non-tradable game, I think the rates is actually higher so that everybody can actually get them. So yeah, I think that's one of the advantages of non-trading is that the developers are actually allowed to make the rates higher. But if this is like a trading game, then I think they would make drop the rate even lower so that the units is more valuable. So I guess it's good that everybody gets some good units. I guess because this is non-trading.
Yeah, even with non-trading, like if you looked at like I guess what Global did differently from Japan was that the maiden set actually had really good stats if you're a free to play, even though like if you had really bad units, you could still get a chance to get like let's say a team of 5 Sarah, and then you'd still be able to do well, even
Yes.
as long as you like just did okay on that and you were like, oh, I'm just farming these dungeons because I can farm these units.
Uh,
And now it's getting to the point where if you just play long enough, pull a couple gems from the daily login bonus, you're bound to get another rare summon eventually. Then and then you usually would rare summon during raids up, hopefully get a new unit, hopefully a good type. They all get 6 stars now, so there's no really like bad rare summon if you think about it. You just gotta wait a bit.
uh, that is true. That is true. Um, yeah. The thing is, yeah, even if you're a free player, you can do well with the Saren team. For example, the next Hunter Frontier, yeah, Douglas is going to be the best in there. But even if you have like a Saren team, I think you should be still doing like pretty well in there. You might not make like the top 100, but because those people are gonna get like so much points, but you can still get all the rewards for just having that Saren team. I think it's possible to just get all the rewards. So yeah, I think it's good for free players. But the thing is, it's like it's like I think this is more in you. It's like everybody's using like a full Douglas team. It's like you see people with like a like a brand new car, and then you're using like an older model. So I just think that 'cause your car runs fine. You'll do well. You'll get to your destination. But the thing is, you see everyone with like that brand new car, and then you want it. Like you don't need it if you have the mindset that my steering team is really good right now. I'm able to finish all my quests, beat all the monsters. Get all the special vortex. Get all the prizes in the Hunting Frontier. If you're fine, if you can actually control yourself and say that's fine, yeah, being a free player is yeah, it's fine. But the thing is, if you see, if you see everyone with like that brand new car and you want it, then I think you're gonna have a hard time being a free player. I just want to add that in.
Yeah, it's I put it to my friends who play it this way. It's like I'm rolling up in like a Bugatti and you're driving like a Honda Civic, and then you want to go just as fast as me. And it's like you gotta like actually like put in the effort, spend the money to get the gems, and then you'll be able to like probably get a faster car. Otherwise, you won't be able to keep up. But as long as you have a car, you can slowly work your way up, upgrade that car. So even though you have like this like bad team right now, as long as you put like enough time and effort in, you'll get like your team stuff will get better, and then you'll have a good team no matter what.
Yeah.
Because what a lot of new players don't realize is like they just want to level up their units, and then the units they have at max don't have their break burst leveled. And I noticed like a significant like damage difference when you do level up those break bursts. So that's also one of the things you should focus on. Even though you're a free player, you can still farm like Bernies, like like 10 times a day, get those brave burst levels up.
I just want to talk about arena. So the thing is, I'm at about 260 K points right now, and the thing is, I still see free players. Like players that start with all the like the honor summon heroes. The starter units. I see them.
Yeah.
I see free players all the time at 260K. So you can do it. You can be like level 100, 130, and be a free player and still have like over 200,000 arena points. So you can do it, but it's just you got to put in more effort and you gotta be smarter. Like so that's what you have to do. But I want to ask Nova. You're pretty close to Almighty ranking right now. So how's like the fighting like around that level?
Honestly, it's changing slowly. I'm seeing a lot less Saren spamming teams and a lot more return to the mono angelic foil teams with all the new units that came out. Cause the issue we had before was that the last 6-star batch units didn't really have good AoE Brave Bursts apart from like Behemoth, but he's really like a high defense tank. And even if you had a breaker of him, his leader skill wasn't that good. And then for Mono Thunder, you'd have a really bad time against like a full team of like Cephia, unless you faced Saren. So Mono Thunder was good just as an anti-Saren team, but since people are moving away from that, because I think they might have nerfed Saren teams in Arena just by a bit, because I haven't seen their Brave Burst going off as much, even though it's still pretty high. So how it's changing is like I'm seeing a lot more Alice leads and Atro leads with Wills, and I am seeing some Lyras. It's kind of freaking me out because if I don't kill like one or two of them, like all if they have four, all four of their Bravers will be up next turn. So if I don't kill them that turn, I'm probably gonna lose because Lyra has a really good AoE Brave Burst, and that's probably what I'm gonna start working on next after I get some BB levels on my Dugs, get my Tesla up, get the new units to 5-star max, so I can have that when the 6 stars come out, and then start getting my Lyras up because Lyras are OP and broken.
So, would you say the win rate and lose rate is it more win rate, or is it about half and half, or what's it like? Because right now, at the place I'm at, around 260k, I think the win rate is like about 80%. 80% win rate. How is it like up there?
Here, as long as you have like a good starting team, you should be able to do pretty well. Like it's probably around like it's a lot lower though. It's like 60 to 70% win rate
Wow.
because who you target, like if your units like focus fire like just two people, you'll be fine. But if their attacks are all spread out, and then you have other people living on their team, and then they kill you, it's kind of like you're at a huge disadvantage. And then what happens with that is that you may be able to get a couple kills off, but they'll usually have Brave Burst up by then. And then if any one of those goes off, you're like, I lost. Then you're like, you just shrug it off and then go like, okay, I'll just win the next one. And then if you lose that, you're just like, oh, you shouldn't be losing too many points though.
Okay.
If you know how to do the arena thing anyway, so it's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
For like future units, like I'm guessing the next big leader for all teams would be Libra. So just make sure like you like before like getting him maxed out, like just wait a bit just to see if you get any more, and then look at your typing if you have multiple, and then just probably choose the best one. Because for him, I think Anima, Lord, and Guardian would still probably be the best because he doesn't have his 6-star form yet. But even when you get to 6-star, you'll still need all that defense. Because if you guys didn't know, I'm a big supporter of Guardian Master Race. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Libra stats right now. 6-star, added 6-star with the Medulla, right? 8,021 HP, and attack is 2,400 for a Libra 6-star.
Yeah, for him, it's like when you, because I know not a lot of people have like full a set of full Medulla gems yet, but I do. So when I look at the stats, I'm like, I want these stats to be rounded off because I'm always adding 20% to it because I'll always have that 20% ready now.
Uh-huh. I'm looking at the stats right now, and I'm like Yeah, I think the best stat for Libra would be Anima because even at Anima, he has 2,162 rec. That's like insane. Like at
Yeah,
yeah, like two
he's
thousand.
he's he's a fatty. He ate his Wheaties and his
Uh,
Cheerios.
I mean I still don't understand like Oracle 2,772 like a rec. I'm like what? Why would you need that much rec? You know, like usually that kind of rec is safe for like healers. You know, but this guy he has like insane stats. So yeah.
Yeah, and don't forget his Brave Burst like boosts like all the stats besides HP as well. So it's just like, well, I just need one heart crystal. Bam, that's like 2k HP.
Do you expect his attack attack defense and rec buff to be 50%, or do you expect it to be higher at level 10, like level 10 Super Brave Burst?
I have one at level 10. I was told it's closer to like 65, 70% at level 10 for all of them, which is
Uh,
really, really good. And
uh,
it's probably what made him like one of the best leaders when Felnius was really dominating for a long time.
I'll say. Okay, so he just like replaces like two, three, like two, three units like at once. Like one of them replaces two, three units. So that's why people
Yeah,
like him. That,
it's like for one Brave Burst you get attack, defense, and recovery.
uh,
And you don't find that like anywhere else. Like you could switch to the rainbow leaders who give you one like stat and then like one element buff, which is also really good. But usually you only have one support on a team. Like the general setup is like four attackers, one support, one healer right now. It's probably gonna change to all attackers with like super brave bursts who do support and heal. But right now, when it's like 4-1-1, we want to have that one supporter who can do it all, and that's kind of Libra for right now.
all right. So Dark, do you have a Libra and or like what do you think about Libra?
Um, to be honest, I don't really know who or he or she is.
Okay, let me bring it up for you. Let me bring it up for you.
You'll see a lot of him soon.
Yeah, I brought him up, so he'll
Libra.
be on the screen now too.
What type is Libra?
You can have any type you want, or
He
whatever
has
one
a
you're
light
looking at.
element.
Element.
He's the
Oh,
one
element
that's like
light.
a
Element
lion.
type.
Light. Yeah. Uh-huh. That's it. So he's
Oh,
gonna pop up.
Libra.
Yeah,
Wait,
Libra. Yeah.
Libra. Nope, that's probably not the right person.
I'm gonna bring it up on the screen right now, so you'll see him. So my question is, what do you think about him, and do you want one, or do you have one?
Libra. The White Lion. Yep, that is the guy. Ludobrin is his 5-star. Okay, yeah, I was looking at the right guy. I think he's okay-ish, but once he gets his 6-star super brave burst on global, then it's probably worth having him because he attacks also.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. So I have a question. I've seen Ushi playing. At times he uses the Libra, and at times he uses the Centaur for his lead. So, so I want to ask Nova, like, why do you think that sometimes he uses the Centaur as lead, and sometimes he uses the Libra as lead?
Centaur, I think. I actually have one that's 5-star. He has the same leader skill as not
Felnus or
Felnius,
Loch
but
Ness.
Malnapolis, the one
Malnapolis.
before. Yeah. So with him, it's like if you were to compare the two side by side, he's kind of like the fire version of Felnius, because his stats are pretty high, but not as close as Felnius. But the leader skill is still pretty good. It's also, I think, better to have him in terms of like when you try different rainbow teams out, because a lot of people are experimenting. because there are so many good units for each element now that it's not just limited to light and dark anymore. Whereas, like, I guess when he puts Libra as his lead, he's a really good lead for like a Douglas team, because you can buff all of them up and then proceed to like Brave Burst all of them consecutively. And since his leader skill is boost in damage for Spark, you'll be doing a lot more damage because you'll have a lot more sparks. And then the more damage you get from the overkill gets you more crystals. So you might not even need like a Felonious leader to help you then refill all your Brave Bursts.
I have a question about that. You know, Centaur, he gives Super Bravers gives spark damage plus, but the thing is, won't that not stack with Douglas Super Bravers? Because Douglas Super Bravers also increases spark damage plus.
I don't believe it does stack, but what's good about that is I think the way it's set up right now is the spark bonus happens after it's cast. So like the attack goes off and then you get the buff. Because that's something that I know Japan had an update on, where like Douglas had to have his Brave Burst changed to where it's like the spark damage is up and then he attacks.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
he attacks and then the spark damage increase happens after that. So
Maybe.
like
Yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah. Maybe
when you
that's what
start
it
with
is.
that,
Uh-huh.
it kind of gets rid of the need for you to start with the Douglas first. Also, Douglases attack relatively quickly, considering they don't have to move. So, like, you want to get your Brave Burst off with the people that move first and then use your Douglas, or you get the people who have long delays first and then use your Douglas.
Yeah, I think I read something like that too, and I do notice that my second turn attack using Douglas, it does hit like a lot harder than my first turn. Maybe that's what's happening right there. And you're saying that Centaur his spell might apply same turn, so he'll use it and it'll apply
Yeah,
at the same turn.
yeah, because Douglas was one of the first units to get the Spark damage up Brave Burst. And I think the way they coded him or something was funny, because like Douglas has like even before, like a lot of people were hating on Douglas because he was like a random attack, and then now everybody's like regretting it because they all like sold him.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
find that
yeah.
like
Soul him
really
easily.
sad. It's like they didn't know, like they really didn't know. They just saw Douglas and was like, ah, this is gonna be bug. Random, don't need this. And now they're all like cries, like, where's my Douglas? Why did I do that? I'm gonna kill myself. It's like, no, don't, it's okay. You have other units. Mm,
Francis. So,
yes.
um, so the thing is, are you more active at BraveFrontierForum.net or Activation Brave Frontier, and why?
Um, I personally go to Frontier from because I like their chat better also.
Uh,
Um, as a forum, both are pretty good. You'll probably find more stuff on App Invasion because I think it just has that long standing of being a mobile game site. So a lot of people early on have accounts on there, and like there's a lot of info even from way back when the game started. But they're both good sites. I mean, it's really up to preference. Because I know some people like the layout of App Invasion better, and some like the forum better. I mean, I'm sure there's other sites too. Like I've seen a lot of other sites, but like those are the two I'd say like for global are pretty good because they had a lot of high level people
uh,
in them. Like the reason why I chose the Brave Frontier forum chat is like I know Zero. If you guys don't know who Zero is, he is number 2 in Arena. He's the guy that Karaza kind of does Arena. with whenever they want to like get up higher in arena. Because as you know, arena has like a points-based system where if you fight somebody who has more AVP than you get more points. So in order to like kind of not waste their gems, they do like leapfrogs every day. And I mean like every day they leapfrog like for like a good like 50, 60 like arena battles just to get up because it's kind of hard when you're at like when you can't find somebody who has more points than you to actually go up in terms of arena, and then all the other people kind of just ride that wave. They kind of just wait until they have like enough ABP. Like usually they start gemming like when they're 2k to 3k behind, so they get basically more arena points for their gems.
Oh wow, I didn't know it was that hard, but it does kind of make sense now that when you're in the you're in like, cause Almighty, how many spots do you think there's for Almighty, Francis?
I think I'm two more ranks away from Almighty.
I know, but how many people do you think have the Almighty rank right now in global?
Oh, I could actually check because I know if you
Oh,
go to Arena
uh,
and you go to ranking and then global ranking
oh,
or
okay.
overall, it tells you at the bottom like what actual rank you are.
Oh, that's
So
okay.
right now
Is it?
I am 425th at Divine at 324k points, and I'm guessing Almighty's at around like 367, 368. So I'm guessing only like 400, 300, like 75, 400 people would have that right now. Maybe less, like 350.
Okay. Yeah. So when you reach that Almighty rank, since our system is not updated yet, does it stop there, or can you keep on gaining points?
Oh, it's been updated for a while.
Oh, it's been updated now.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, it's been updated for a while because I have zero, couple of other top 10 or top 30 arena people on my friends list,
Uh,
and they're already, let me see. Yeah, I'll just take a picture of it and post it because they're at like 600, 610k ABP, and I'm just like, holy crap,
uh,
that's like double my score almost, and I'm like 400th
so we don't need to
place,
worry
so
about
that
how.
just goes to show you how much gap there is.
So you're saying we don't have to worry about finding opponents to fight that would give us a 3K defense,
Yeah, no, no,
right?
not even close. Like for me, I kind of have a hard time, but there are still people like 2k, 3k above me. I guess for them, if you look at the actual standings in world, there's like huge gaps of like 10k, 20k points where there's just like no people.
Oh,
And you kind of just don't want to gem because then you'd be in that odd, like awkward space where you're just facing people under you and you're getting like no points.
okay. So is Shadow, are you on? And Adam, are you
Yeah,
on?
I'm here.
Okay. So Shadow, do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, actually, so my one of my biggest questions would be, as a new player starting out, right? You can't exactly get mono teams, right?
Yes.
So,
No.
what kind of a rainbow team would be good? Like, what leader skills would be good for a like efficient rainbow team?
Why don't you start first on Francis?
Uh, it's been a while since I've had to think about like I could probably make a team with my units to test um how good like starting out would be, but
Okay.
I don't think I'm really too much of an expert at that anymore.
Okay.
Like I
Well, let
used
me.
to be,
Yeah,
but
let me
now
do that
I'm just more
because
focused
Francis
on
is
like the
a
meta.
yeah, Francis is he's with the top 1%, so he doesn't know us as poor people at the bottom. But let me help you.
Well, I mean, I could find out.
Uh,
Just have to like think back all those horrible moments when I couldn't just gem to get like energy.
okay. So for a Rainbow team, what I really like is starting heroes. So the free starting heroes that you can get from honor summons, those are what
Yeah.
I use to build my team around. So I just updated my screen right now. It's gonna show up in about 10 seconds. But the starting units are really good for a Rainbow team, and all you need to do is you just need to get like a Rainbow leader. So the thing is, if you can get like Loden as like a Rainbow leader, I think you're like almost set for like next few months because Loden, he's gonna become one of the best Rainbow leader once he gets his 6 stars. So he's gonna increase your Vapors like so much, like maybe almost as much as a Felnius leader. So so the thing is, you just need maybe like a Michelle or a Loden, and then use the starting heroes you can get from Honor Summon, and then build it around that, and then you should be really good. That's what a lot of my that's what my sister's using, and that's what my girlfriend team is around. So just use the starting heroes, and then get like a rainbow leader, like like Loden's good, um, Tiara's good, Michelle's good, and yeah, and just one of those heroes. That's all.
Yeah. I have a 4-star load and maxed out, but like the issue I'm facing is that um like in the unholy tower and all that, I can't get past which one was it? I believe it was 71 to 80, and
Uh,
it's like I want to get Estia just to have her,
uh,
but I can't get past 71 through 80 because it is hard to beat those levels as a free-to-play player because your units aren't exactly spectacular. You know what I mean?
I think I don't know.
Um,
I don't know if I'm wrong right now, but you don't need to reach the top floor to get her. She drops randomly throughout the tower. So if you figure out that it's getting too hard to climb up the stairs, I think you should just stay where you're comfortable and farm that level, and you should be able to get
right.
her eventually. Um,
But if you want, if you're thinking about Estia, she's as a unit, she's not as great. I'm not sure about the next like Vortex event, but I know Xenon is if I were to rank the two, I'd put Xenon above Estia
I
in
agree.
both leader skill and Brave Burst because like Estia's just kind of more of like a collectible unit because she's like
Yeah.
a princess, you know, stuck in the tower. She's like Peach. You want Mario who can actually fight.
No, but I read the thing is that I read on Reddit somewhere that you need Xenon and Estia for an upcoming event.
Uh, that's what the post on
Yeah, I think
Facebook
that's the
said.
next one.
Uh, I suggest like if it's too hard to keep climbing, just stay where you're comfortable at and farm that level because as you can see yeah Nova watched me but when I fought the level 10 yeah like I have so much defense like probably over like 3,000 defense with all my buff and she still managed to like wipe out all my units easily so yeah I don't think if you're like a free player even if you do make it to
Yeah.
the top it's only for the only reason why you would do it is for that one gem at the top but yeah, that's the only reason you go to the top. And if you're comfortable with like level 161, you know, stay there and farm, and I think eventually you'll get her. We still have a few days left for her, so just keep at it, and I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. And also, can you give me your opinion on this team?
Because one thing about teams is that there's lots of ways to set up teams with all these new units out. You just gotta make sure that the team kind of lives through what you want to do. Because with all these different kinds of units and types out, you just kind of want units that have 6 stars that or will get 6 stars that are pretty decent, and you should be fine.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people want to focus on building up the units that are like meta now. But the issue with that is by the time you get them to where like they're like maxed out, you can fully use them, they'll kind of be falling out of the meta usually. So it's better to level up some of the units that are coming up later on, so you'll be able to get them when they do become meta.
Yeah, so Crassus is the same like plan ahead. Watch
Yeah, because for me, I don't have to plan ahead so much. I just have to like allocate my resources efficiently. Whereas if you can't like if you don't have enough Zell or like Metal Parade units to level up at the same time, you should just focus on like okay, what's the next batch coming out? Like usually Brave Frontier updates like twice a month. So every like 2 weeks something new comes out, and then usually something, at least for like one unit in that set, would be meta. And then if you get that unit, you just focus on that. Just bam, get it up.
so
And then you'll
Francis,
be ready for when it comes out.
so Francis, where should new players go for information on when the units are going to be released, so they can plan ahead?
For units, there's a good. I know there's one thread on App Invasion.
Uh,
I could probably get it up in chat
uh,
for when approximate dates are coming out. Because it's basically scaled for when Japan released them,
uh,
and then based on where we're at right now in terms of like patches, they usually tell you like say like the next rare summon set's coming out like late this month, like last week or first week of like July.
okay. All right. Does anyone?
I should be able to get the link up in chat soon.
All right. Does
But
anyone?
there will be spoilers. I know some people don't wanna play the game like knowing everything, but if you just want to know, the future reference, then go to check out that link. Yeah, the future patches and unit spoilers.
Uh, I have like a whole section of my bookmark just dedicated to Brave Frontier, so I have all the everything in like bookmarked. But the
Yeah.
thing is, you're saying like how allocating like resources. I think that's what you have to do. I think you were ready. Like you knew Douglas 6 star was coming up, and you start stockpiling all your metal keys and stuff. So I think that's one of the things. Like know what's coming, and then be prepared.
Now, this is a question I think most free to play players would like to know. Which farmable units are most efficient to get and why?
Okay, farmable. You want to take that
Farmable.
or
Currently, right now, all of the farmable units like you can get in Quest other than Zebra are pretty bad. In terms of like long-term usage. So if you were to farm a stage, I would recommend the Zebra stage because I know people even in Japan still have uses for him even now. So that's one good unit to have because there will be more units that get critical um, rate up, and I know eventually you guys will get to where you'll get enough karma to unlock the higher sphere stuff in shop, and I know one of them is Havoc X, and that's pretty easy to make, and it's still a good sphere. And if you have that Zebra leader, you just make your team have full Havoc X, and then you'll be able to see a lot more crits, and then a lot more damage.
yeah.
Because for quest clearing, the most meta you can get is the crit squad. All those one-shot, one-turn kills that you see on like Camcord and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The only worth I think that's worth farming for. Like if you want to do well is Zebra, because the thing is, friends really do matter. Because the thing is, if you get a Zebra, like you were saying earlier, you could actually have really high level friends, um, and they will have like all their units will be maxed out, they'll be like anima or the right type, and the Brave will be Super Brave level 10. So if you have like if you just get one zebra, use it as your leader, and you will have like an entire list of friends with like maxed out Super Brave level 10, and that's just gonna give you, it's gonna make the game a lot easier for you. So if you're a free player and you want to do really well, or you want to have an easier time, just farm a zebra. But if for some reason, if you want some of the free units, I like units like Luna. She's one of the farmable hero, because she
Yeah,
has
units with area effects
area
are,
effect
are
attacks. Yeah,
a
area
lot
effects
better.
attack. So Luna is really good. Weiss, well, Weiss he's free. So if you like the Facebook page and you have Android, you'll get him for free. So and then there's also Mifune. Mifune, he's really squishy, but he's so scary though. If you see him in the arena and you don't kill him in the first turn, and he has like a charged Brave Burst, he will hit your team really hard. So yeah, he's okay. If it wasn't for that low defense, yeah, he would be really strong, and he's AOE too. But the thing is, you can't really use him in class because the boss will just like wreck him. He'll constantly be dying. But it seems like the only other one that does AOE is that you can farm. You can make a whole team of these guys. Is Lario, and he does AOE too. So yeah, Luna and Lario, you can farm a whole team of them, and you can have like a mom squad, and they'll both do AOE damage.
Yeah, I was trying to farm with Fune like a couple of days ago. Didn't go so well. He showed up like once maybe in like a whole day, and yeah, I couldn't cap him.
Yeah,
But the nice
the issue with farmable units is that they're not like 100%. So
yes.
it's free, you can get it. It's just that sometimes you gotta just like keep doing it no matter what. And then
Yeah.
eventually, you'll perform.
So
But
then, is it
heard
worth
What?
me getting my Mifune up to 5 star?
Yeah, he looks pretty good at 5 star too.
uh-huh.
Ah, okay.
I heard
But
uh I heard the Keymaster
oh yeah,
he's
Gilnea's coming
Gilnia.
back.
Yeah,
He's an
he's
okay
coming back
leader.
with some of the free units, so you can just wait for those. There'll be Vortex heroes.
Oh yeah, the Vortex
Yeah,
is.
I know Alba is pretty good if you don't have like an aim, because it has like the same Brave Burst every turn goes up skill.
But very soon, I just saw the post on it like 2 days ago, but yeah, Jonia, the Keymaster, and Alma, and all of them are coming back. So this is your chance to catch them because they're a lot easier to catch than the farmable heroes because these guys will show up in your dungeon while you're fighting. So at least you see them like once every single turn, you know. But the thing is, the other one, you just have to keep running it, and then you don't really know if they're gonna show up or you're gonna be able to catch them.
Yeah, because for farming units, the units that are available in Vortex are probably your best bet because like if there aren't any, then you can go like farm Mifune or other units like that. But um you should get like the units that are out in Vortex when they're out, so you don't like go like, oh, I have energy now, I should have used it when that dungeon was up, because they rotate dungeons like pretty frequently. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if the maiden dungeon's coming back. If it does, I know a lot of people will get Kayana and Seren. Like,
Uh,
I know some people who want the dungeon to come back so that they don't have to like worry about Brave Burst leveling their like Serens and Kayanas.
Uh, yes, yes.
I
Yeah,
posted the
but
link in Twitch chat by the way.
yeah, okay.
So
But let me say one thing, and then we'll go to your team. But I think Mifune, instead of like a whole team on Mifune, I think I would rather have like an entire team of 5 star overall, and he's farmable in the Vortex Dungeon. Um, so yeah, maybe check him out if you like Dark. You know, if that's your thing, then farm him, and he'll be good.
Yeah, Gilney
and the
is
fact that
also
he got
pretty good.
Uh, how
Like
many
his stats for a
Gillian do you have?
5-star is
Francis?
bad, but he's good.
How many Gillian do you have?
Oh, I only got one because I did it once. I got an anima and I was looking at his recovery and I was like, that's pretty high recovery. I'll just
Uh,
stick with this anima. And I think I just like put some like whatever ghosts and like kings I had lying around into him just so to get him up like off of level 1. I think he's like level 29 for me. I tried him out in like arena. He wasn't too great because I think they nerfed his leader skill, which was 40% light dark to 30%, and then now I think it's back up to 40%. I'm not sure. I haven't checked mine in a while.
okay,
But
so let's take.
he's a good leader for if you want to go for the light or dark team because they're like you don't have to worry about element weakness. Just got to be careful when you face the opposite type. Just know that you'll do tons of damage to them. They'll do tons of damage back to you.
All right, so let's take a look at your squad. If you can click on Francis, you can click on the link. Shadow posted.
All right.
Yeah, this is squad, and I like the squad. I like the squad. But let's switch again.
Yeah, it's a good. It looks good and it's pretty
Like
balanced.
yeah, I wish my squad was this good at your level. I didn't have yeah that good of a team.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is
you have a healer, which is like extremely essential to any team foundation because if you don't have a healer, you're just gonna be like, I know some days people are just stuck farming cure material or they're actually asking for it in their gift. Like when I give people and I see like all they want is like green grass or green drops, I feel like kind of bad because like you shouldn't really be farming cures. Like you should be farming high cure material at least because that's a lot more useful with all these new synthesis items.
yeah,
I like it that you have like a rainbow leader, so you're set on that, and you have like a mini leader too, and you have a healer, and then you have your earth guy. He can actually break defenses, so I think this team is pretty good. Um, the only um, the only weakness I see is they're not high level, so but the thing is, your level is still pretty low, so this is to be expected.
Yeah.
But just your healer bring up her
Yeah,
level.
you're just waiting on, I'm guessing you're waiting on until you can fight the totems again. Because
yeah,
my suggestion is the only unit I would eventually take out from this list would be the Thunder unit. If you get like a better dark unit or Thunder unit, because she does not have 6-star Zell does not
yeah,
have a 6-star out yet. So until you get like one of those units, or maybe you get lucky, pull a Lyra, that would be a great person to replace her.
Yeah,
yeah. I have Ez, but the thing is, he's 4-star right now, and he's like super low level. I haven't been doing metal parades.
yeah,
Yeah, it also depends on the starters types, because I know a lot of people have starters, but since like they're stats wise, they're not as high as other 6-stars, so you really need them to be on point with their typing. So like if you
Yeah,
had like an Oracle or Guardian as, I'd say like that would be like long term replacement for Zell.
yeah,
yeah. Yeah. Stick with if you're planning on using this for a long time. Stick with units that will eventually have a 6-star because you don't want to level them up to like 5-star, have it maxed out, and then like throw them away later. So yeah, but your team is pretty good. I think as long as you're able to get them maxed out, like level 80 and maxed out, and then use like a rainbow friend to help you. I think you can easily like finish all the dungeon to 200. Like if you yeah, if you're lucky, you can actually just finish all the way to 200.
yeah. That's pretty crazy.
Um, Like there's a point where people ask like what to do with their gems. Should I like increase my unit space? Should I increase my item
What do you think they should do?
space?
Uh-huh.
And for that, I would say like as far as units go, you should rare summon until to the point where you feel comfortable with the units in like your main team.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And then if you find yourself running out of unit space, like for evolution materials, you should use that like maybe like one or two gems to get it up. And I know like some people like just want to spend a little money, buy gems just to get unit spaces. Like like $5 gets you 25 unit spaces, and those unit spaces, unlike units, will last throughout the rest of the game. So like spending that money, like even though it's like a few dollars, even just on like unit spaces, it can turn out to be really helpful. Like when you're leveling up units and you need like that dark totem or that light totem that you might need, and you encounter one, but you're already maxed out, so you have to like choose something that you don't want to get rid of. Because I know some people spend like a few amounts of money for gems, like not heavily, but like just enough to like get by when they're having like a tough time.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the thing is, I think most of the reason why people are running out of gems is the main drain is summoning. I think that is.
Yeah.
I remember. I remember. Let me see. Let me finish this out. I remember I had I saved about 130 gems for the Alira summon, right? And while I was having 130 gems, I was doing my middle parades and I was doing like all my quests and everything, and and it barely went down like maybe like 5 gems or so, you know.
Yeah.
So the thing is, it goes down really slowly if you just use it for like a regular game. But the thing is, summoning takes a lot of gems. So yeah, I think if you just buy, like if you just buy like 100 gems and you don't summon and you just use that to play the game, I think it will last you for weeks, if not months.
Yeah. Because you should only really use gems if you like really like one unit or like that one set. Because otherwise, if you already have enough rare summon units, you got to make a decision. Do you want to spend money and try and get it, or do you want to just continue to be free to play and just like spend a couple here and there, if you want like a few units, or you want to try out your luck that one day, or get more like metal parades in for that one event.
Yeah,
Because
huh.
I know people do metal parades when and then not when the great or super success rate is up. And if you're free to play, that's kind of a really good time because you're getting like one and a half to two times worth your unit that you get from metal parade. And you don't, and I know they don't run it as many times as we do because I know like when I run metal parade, I run like
Entire
close
hour.
to 30 times
Yeah.
because you guys don't understand. We don't just get these units up max level for no reason. We gem the entire hour of middle parade.
Gym the entire hour.
Like we have units that are made like right now since everybody's getting Douglas. I know a lot of people's metal parade teams are the dual GX leader, which you need just in case you run into like a metal god or crystal, so you can kill it in one turn using that ignore defense leader
Time is
skill.
against you.
And then for all the rest, you need like high hitting units like Raquel, Douglas, Michelle, Dual GX, Saren, Kayeda, Hikari, anything with over 10 hits, because a unit with 10 hits or more can one shot a ghost. And that means all of your other units can focus on either killing that Metal King or the other ghosts. And friends, I say don't really worry about it too much if you're running full times on Metal Parade, but friends with high hits can help you really clear it out a lot faster too.
Uh-huh.
Because if you run into the king and three ghosts, you'll need 6 units with over 10 hits each to ensure that you can get that round cleared in one go, like one turn kill. Otherwise, usually that's the longest turn aside from getting a metal god crystal. And you don't really mind if you get if you spend like an extra minute like fighting a crystal because it gives so much XP.
Okay, so Francis, for let's say you have like 6-star Douglas at level 1, how many times do you have to? How many middle keys do you need to level him from level 1 to 100 on average?
On average, from 1 to 100, since we can now evolve metal ghosts into kings, if you focus on all your ghosts onto that one element type, it usually takes me one key with usually with good luck and like maybe one or two crystals on average for 1 minute directly from 1 to 100, like just
Okay.
everything to that for like, and that's usually like 150 metal trade units approximately.
150 metal parades. There we go. And so for all you free players out there, we recommend waiting for the increased fusion rate days, and then just hoard all your metal keys until that day. And then what you do is you battle until maybe you're about 1,000 to 2,000 points away from leveling up, and then you'll do a metal parade, and then you'll level up, and then you'll keep on doing it like however many times you can. And then I think that's the best use of it. And if for some reason you can't jump, then you should just stay in that dungeon until you have enough energy,
Yeah,
and then do it
till
one
it
last time.
closes.
Yes. Okay. Shadow.
Cause
Yeah. Oh, you wanna finish?
you got a question? Okay. No, because I know a lot of people when they wake up and their energy is full and they don't know how much experience they have left. They just gotta click and hold top left of their screen, and then it shows up
Yep.
experience until your next level. Then you can figure out okay how to use your energy most efficiently until you level up.
Okay, I'll do that for you guys in the video. So if you're not sure, I'll look. So just hold your name, and then your experience should pop out. So hold your name, and there we go. Experience will pop out. So wait until you're like 1,000 or 2,000, however much energy you have, and then you just go and fight, and then you'll level up, and then you have full energy again. All right, Shadow. Do you have any questions for us
Um, Let me see. Not at the moment.
at the moment? Okay. All right. If that's the case, then if no one else has any questions, then I'm gonna end this session because we've been on for about 3 hours already. So I'm just
Yeah.
gonna wait for about a minute until it syncs up to the video so people can hear us. Okay. All right. So it seems like no one has any questions. So we're gonna end this session, and I'm gonna edit this video and I'll post it on YouTube later. So if you wanna come back to it, go check it out. But this is all for today. So thank you for joining us, and thank you Nova for answering questions, and thank you Shadow, and yeah, and thank you Adam for being here.
Dark. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I just use my real name.
All right. Have a great day, everyone.